Hey guys, today we're going to be writing and solving percent equations. So the first thing I want to talk about is when we write a percent, say we have 23%. When we write an equation involving a percent, you want to write it using the decimal form. So the decimal form, as a reminder, of 23% is 0.23. Also, the decimal equivalent of 50% is 0.5 or 0.50. But the decimal equivalent of 5% is 0.05. So remember that 50% is 0.50 and 5% is 0.05. So let's get started on writing and solving some percent equations. So here we have the question, what is 37% of 200? What you can do is you can actually turn this into an equation. So let's say for the word what, let's make that x. The word is, we'll make that equal. Now 37%. Remember, we need to turn this into the decimal equivalent. So this will be 0.37 of becomes multiply, and then we keep 200 the same. All right, so here we have x equals 0.37 times 200. So 0.37 times 200 is 74. So we're told to write and solve a percentage equation. So our percentage equation is the x equals 0.37 times 200, and the solution is 74. So here is our complete answer. All right, so here we have the question, what is 30% of 90? Well, remember, we need to write the equation for this first. All right, so what? Well, that's x is, that's equals 30% right here. Let's make that a decimal as 0.30 of is multiplication, and then 90 stays the same. So my equation is x equals 0.30 times 90. So that's the equation, and the solution is 27 because 0.30 times 90 is 27. So our complete answer is x equals 0.30 times 90, and the solution is 27. So here we have 75% of 500 is what number? Well, we need to first write an equation. So we'll write this out as 75% becomes 0.75 of becomes multiplication. 500 stays the same, is, that's equals, and what number? All right, well, we'll call that x. So here is my equation, 0.75 times 500 equals x. All right, so now we need to find the solution. So what does x equal? Well, x equals the 0.75 times 500, which is 375. Here we have a little bit of a story problem. So Jim watched 60% of 30 games last season. How many games did he watch? Well, remember, we have our percent here, and I'm going to turn that into 0.60 of, well, that's multiplication. So when you see 60% of, that means 60% times 30. And that will tell us how many games Jim watched. Well, 0.60 times 30 is 18. So we'll say he watched 18 games. And that is how you write and solve percent equations.